The sequel to Code 8 picks up in Lincoln City, a neon-drenched place where the shadows hold more power than the law. Here, people with extraordinary abilities, a mere 4% of the population, are treated like outcasts. They're kept under tight watch by the police and forced to give up a special fluid from their bodies used to create a powerful drug called psyche. It's a city simmering with discontent, a pressure cooker waiting to explode. Our story starts with Connor, a former criminal recently released from prison. Haunted by past mistakes, Connor yearns for a fresh start, a chance to leave his troubled past behind. However, the city seems determined to drag him back into the darkness. As he encounters Garrett, a former associate involved in criminal activities. Seeing Garrett again frustrates Connor, as he is no longer interested in his previous life and wants to live like normal people. Garrett offers him a lift, but Connor straight off refuses and tells him to never show up to him again. Across town, we meet Pavani, a bright young woman with a hidden power, and her brother Tarek. Life takes a tragic turn for Tarek when he desperately seeks a better job from a shady character named Garrett. This fateful decision leads him down a dark alleyway, chased by a terrifying robot dog sent by the ruthless Sergeant King. The chase ends with Tarek's life cut tragically short, leaving Pavani a witness to this horrific act and scrambling to escape the clutches of Sergeant King. Fate throws Connor and Pavani together under these unfortunate circumstances. Witnessing Pavani's fear and desperation, Connor decides to offer her a helping hand. Little do they know, Pavani possesses a unique ability. She can manipulate technology, including those very same killer robot dogs that Sergeant King uses to enforce his Iron Fist rule. This newfound knowledge makes Pavani a target for two very different villains. First, there's Garrett, the shady businessman who sees Pavani's power as a way to line his own pockets. Then, there's Sergeant King, who desperately wants to silence the only witness to his crimes and keep his dark secrets buried. With nowhere left to turn, Connor and Pavani become fugitives, constantly on the run from Sergeant King's robot dogs and the ever-present threat of capture. Connor and Pavani, on the run and desperate for justice, find themselves with a dangerous choice: trust the shady Garrett again. This gamble backfires as Garrett betrays them, revealing his true self-centered nature. Luckily, they find a kind soul named Mina who offers them a safe haven and helps them escape the city. Sadly, this escape comes at a heavy cost as Mina sacrifices herself to give them precious time to flee. Fueled by a burning desire for revenge and justice for Tarek, Connor and Pavani hatch a daring plan. Their mission? Steal the memory core from one of the killer robot dogs. This core holds the key to exposing Sergeant King's crimes to the world, footage of his brutality, including the cold-blooded murder of Tarek. In a thrilling climax, they infiltrate a heavily guarded media tower and manage to broadcast the evidence live on television. The world watches in horror as Sergeant King's true nature is revealed. The corrupt officer is finally arrested, and the truth about the K-9 program spills out, hopefully paving the way for a more just future. 3 months later, a flicker of hope emerges in Lincoln City. Connor returns to his old job at the community center, but this time, the place is bursting with activity. Children with unique abilities proudly display their powers, a sign that things might be changing for the better. Pavani recovers from her injuries, and an official investigation is launched to root out further corruption within the system. But just when you think it's all over, a final twist throws a curveball. Remember Garrett, the double-crossing businessman? Well, he's not only alive but also glued to the news, watching the investigation unfold. A mischievous grin spreads across his face, hinting that the fight for justice in Lincoln City might be far from over. Could there be a Code 8, Part 3 on the horizon? Only time will tell. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thrilling movie recaps